Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today we're going to go over some personal footage from a 2v2 match I had not too long ago in Mid-Champ 3. We're going to focus on 5 different takeaways and hopefully find 2 or 3 goals to help our gameplay moving forward. Let me know if you guys enjoyed the video, and this is mostly for myself anyway. I'd like to share my experience and a brief thought about Rocket League that I've had. I've played this game for almost 3 years now, and I haven't improved as much as I really wanted to. This is an attempt to try and bridge the gap between my understanding and my execution within my gameplay. If you feel like maybe it's a little bit relatable, feel free to drop a follow or subscribe below. Otherwise, just go ahead and enjoy, and let's get on to the games. These are 2s. Yeah, these are 2v2 replays. I lost every single one of these, probably because I just was losing them. I was losing them earlier. Okay, first things first, I want to look at myself. I'm basically going to watch the replay twice, once in real time, and I want to make little markers where I think I could have done better. Already, I'm not super happy staying in the opponent's corner for so long. I had full boost. I waited for his touch. This is perfect. Okay, it's rolling back to me, and I cut it. I actually don't hate that, but as soon as he decides to turn on me, I really wish I had just gotten out. Teammate honestly goes for the right thing, just unfortunate execution. But it's no problem. I was there. Okay, staying in net here. I don't like slowing down so much, but with these level of plays, it's a good shot. I would have preferred placing it somewhere else, but simple, fast, got what I thought needed to happen done. So I'm actually okay with that. Okay, that's not bad. Yeah, what are you doing? Yeah, just what are you doing? Okay, that'll be a mark. That was... It's weird watching my replays without the Bacchus mod function happening. I forget that I have this weird golden... It's not even the golden boost. This is all fine. I'm not happy about leading my teammate 1v2. Like, I understand I went for the bump, but I did it in a flip, and that really just doesn't work. Got a goal out of it though. Good play from my teammate. Definitely carried me right then. We're both kind of a piece. Okay, that's a bad touch. It's just a genuinely bad touch. Alright, so some things I want to kind of take hold of in this replay are consistent issues. Okay, so something that I find myself doing consistently in situations that I should know better. Okay, I'm flipping around on 0 boosts. That whole situation could have been solved with just a proper boost path, and then I've burned through the rest of it while still on their side without having gained any momentum, and then making another challenge on about 20 boost. That's a lot of pressure on my teammate, who is in a 2v1 situation. He did really well, but even under all that pressure, it's hard to be consistent and try and get the... Wow, they are just super aggressive. Unfortunate for me. That was going in. I back up. Where did this go wrong? Okay, this is good. We're on the offensive. I get the boost. Teammate goes in. I'm gonna say it was 313. 313 is even if it was just a chow 190, they were awkward. Okay, this isn't great. He's 1v1, but our goal is technically open. If that guy was aggressive and good, yeah, that's... I just gotta slow down there. That's... Okay, and I'm missing the boost, but I fear that guy's turning. I will say right now, this is also a camera issue. And it's not the first time that I've, had it. Okay, that's just a free ball for them for some reason. Yeah, I'm gonna let's see. Focus on really giving myself an opportunity to improve. Which if I'm doing it this way, then I probably will only spend maybe 20 minutes on a replay, but not bad. I mean, unfortunately, you just have to pre-commit. Yeah, that might be my second one then. Okay, I don't hate that. Now, that's okay. This is definitely something that I would that in my opinion has a teammate comment. Okay. Wow. Ballsy of that guy. So already we can tell these people are aggressive. They're constantly double committing. At the same time, might I add, like, it's not even like one of them is, you know, about to get out or anything. It's just a high risk move. It doesn't necessarily fail, but yeah. Some instances where I feel like my teammate could definitely just be taking time. He sees both of them in front of him. Could be something to do with his dribbling. He's not maybe as confident about, but that's okay. Wowza. Alright, they insta-shelled that. Honestly, that should be expected. I'm going to make that my last a little fumble here. We're 2v1. One of them has high boost. They both have the replay out to the end. If there's something more egregious, I may add it anyway. But those 5 points are the ones I want to really focus on. Yeah. Gosh, that's hard to watch, man. How much is left? Jeez. Okay. That's a good shot. That's a good goal. I want to briefly look at where the teammate messed up as well. Oftentimes, the things that we want to repair aren't even like when they happen right around when a goal is scored. The signs happen anywhere from 5 to 7 seconds before that goal is scored. There's obviously some sort of mental difference or even just like position difference that you can tell. I don't hate that, but I didn't find the control there. So, and I'm inching into corner with my teammate. I'm on full boost, but yeah, and there's a little bit of teammate stuff happening there. Okay, cool. I want to take this 50 speed. Let's talk about it. Okay. Already, off the bat, let's look at where I'm at in correlation to the play here, just from like a side-on angle. He's actually not... He's a lot closer than I am, admittedly, but he's coming in like on this way, rather than I'm taking a boost path, and I'm hoping my teammate's going to lose it there. If he loses it right, I don't even know what my plan is. Like, is it get this boost and double back this way? Or am I trying to take this pad and follow up? Because the chances of him, say he loses this completely left, okay, either hits my sidewall or my corner wall, that's not really going to be slowing down as it approaches net. Even if it lobs high, where is he? He's already there, okay? And, I mean, say this wins this way, I might be a little closer, but when I stick to these pads, I'm actually cutting off an advantage. I have to take longer if I want to follow these pads. I know getting the first pad is usually fine, but if you see there's a little line on the ground here, that's actually one of the more optimal, because from these angles, you are still defending the goal in a good right. You're far enough away that if for some reason it crosses, you can pull off and you'll still probably beat the opponent. They have an entire half of the field to chase. But going, and I'm not saying it's wrong to go outside of these lines, but they can definitely be harder to recover from. So definitely pay attention to the field. All fields are a little different, but I would say most have this line that line up with the goal. This is something that tells you, hey, if it's coming straight on and it's not on these lines, then your shot is either in the lines, therefore it's on net, or off the lines, meaning it's probably not on that. I know it's not perfect. Excuse my camera angles. They're kind of dookie, but that's okay. But this is like where if it was right on the line, chances of it bouncing in are extremely high. Okay, so on kickoff, let's go back to that kickoff. On kickoff, ideally, we're going to want to get the boost that we have. Okay. Here's my thing. Here's my thing about kickoffs. Okay, that I am now instating because I've decided I don't like flipping 2 seconds into the kickoff. Okay, obviously nobody's gonna hit the ball. It makes sense to pick up speed, but you make a key decision when you do this. Okay, and your key decision is, and I'm obviously flipping towards this boost, and I get it. So when I do that, my best advice would be to pull forward, prepare for some sort of short play, and if it goes long, guess what? As long as you haven't gone too far past this second boost, unless you're hard cheating, which is what I'll talk about in a second, as long as you haven't gone too far past this second boost, you could typically recover from a shot on net, or even just like a simple lob into the air. You're far enough away that you have the distance to close it, but you need to be aware that if someone else is hard cheating, this is not necessarily the most ideal position. The worst spot you could possibly be in would be between these two boosts, not close enough to the ball to actually hard cheat and get a proper second touch, and too far away that if they were to shoot the ball, you have very little chance of defending it. So let's go back. I get the boost, and then I cut. This is a very bad habit. I see the ball has already started moving to the right. What do? I instantly turn, which isn't wrong, but then I jumped, okay? Now, it's important to note, this guy has already... Oh my gosh, controls. This guy has already made it about 2 times closer to the ball as I have. He's flipping just off center, okay? This is not a bad play. He's a little low on boost, but how much boost does he use on kickoff? Let's see. He gets that pad. I actually can't even tell. I gotta... I think he's using boosts? No. Okay. Is that just his drive? I didn't realize some boosts did that. They have a small little trail behind just as they drive. Okay, obviously he's not boosting. He only starts boosting after the ball has landed. Let's see when he flips. I don't think he flips until after he gets that first pad. By like a second. Yeah. A very short. He gets the first pad and then he flips. That's honestly, this is a really good kickoff. Like, he's staying close to the play in case it gets a short and he needs to hard cheat on it. So he beats me by well enough times. And the best part is, if he loses his 50, he literally only starts boosting until after he sees that a 50 has been made and it doesn't seem like it's going into some egregious position. So I would say hold your boost a little bit. If you're planning on hard cheating, if you've communicated with your teammate, hey, I'm going to stop the ball in middle, go for it, okay? Use all your boost at the beginning. Really try and win that interaction. Even if one of them has gone for kickoff, or for boost, sorry. If they've gone for boost, that's okay, okay? You've pushed the ball ideally onto their net, right? And maybe you haven't. Maybe this guy has gotten some sort of 50. It's a high risk, high reward play. Hopefully the person who's made the kickoff 50 can come back. Anyway, that's not bad there. Definitely that was a kickoff orientation issue, and I'd like to stop moving outside those lines so much. I think you get higher risk as long as the reward comes when the ball comes to you, but that's again a 50-50. You won't guarantee that. Okay, let's move along to, I'm gonna put it back to normal speed. Whoops. Let's put it back to 313 is my next timestamp. Okay, perfect. Right here. Let's put it on 50% speed, see if we can analyze what's going on. Okay, actually I want to back up even a little bit more. We went from a 2v1 situation. Really good. Teammate unfortunately does not get the touch. Let's analyze that a little bit as to see why I missed the thing that I wanted. Okay. Go back a second. Okay, he is currently taking the ball. He's got some space. The enemy's on 0 boost, but they happen to get to supersonic
relatively quickly, okay? He came down the wall, and he gets the wave dash. He's already supersonic. Teammate does not have a lot of time. However, notice the pathing that that opponent made. Straight down the middle, not even bothering to get any pads because he's so worried about getting back, which is so normal. But here's what we do. Teammate lands, ball is in front. Does not need to turn there. He lost a lot of power on the ball simply because he didn't catch it and try and put it into a flick or some sort of jump. If he takes possession of this, let's go back. If he takes possession of this ball, okay, I'm going to pause it. Okay, say he doesn't jump there. He stays with it. Not only is the ball rolling in such a way where he can get this mid, and sure, that guy's coming back fast. He might be able to get a pad or two. Might have a little bit higher of a defense, but I'm right behind him, right? And on full boost, I'm about, I think. Oh, never mind. But I grabbed the mid. Anyway, regardless, I'm on, let's see, 32 boost, okay? I'm on 32 boost. That's plenty, okay? That is more than enough to, honestly, take the pads behind him. He's got possession at that point. Ideally, he either goes for this corner or this mid, starts to drag it back in. At that point, this guy is just trying to meet the ball, okay? He saw that it was put on net. If he hadn't, look at where his trajectory is taking him. Almost in a straight line, right? Let's see. Basically a straight line. All he cares about is going back to net. As soon as the ball turns, only when he realizes that he's caught up to the ball does he even take that turn. Now, I appreciate the recovery from my teammate, really trying to get in front of that ball. But this is now a battle of speed and test in that. So definitely didn't pan out the way we wanted it to. But that's okay. Okay. Now, he lands in such a way that he's able to get right back. Okay. He's already saying, okay, I need to get way back. This is not a great position to be in. Okay. We have one of the opponent at the midfield, honestly ready in case this teammate decides that he's in a position to take a clear, which, let's be real, that ball's on the wall. He could easily get a clear, take it into the air, shoot it across to his teammate, and I'm on their half. At this point, we are in the enemy's half, while one of the opponent is in ours and the other one is in ours, and the one that is on their half has possession. Okay, this is not an ideal situation. Now, what I do after this is almost worse in my opinion. Okay, let's look at what happens to me. I get boost. I go up the wall. I see ball is starting to come back towards me with opponent behind it. Uh-oh. I turn, right? Okay. Why am I turning back? At this point, I genuinely don't understand what I'm thinking is going to happen. I may be hoping that he whiffs the ball or something, which if he does, very cool. Maybe opportunity for counterattack. But the likelihood, which, I mean, these aren't high-scoring games. We're only a minute 44 in, but we've seen them play not terribly. I think there's a good chance he's going to hit the ball, okay? He does. Guess what? You're too close now. Guess where the ball's going to land? Right on your butt cheek. Right behind you, okay? You need to back up now. But how do you do that without accidentally tipping the ball towards that teammate? Because if you start to go down and just immediately turn left, that ball's going to hit you, roll into the teammate, and your teammate is still getting back, okay? So the opponent is 2v1ing you right now, okay? Gets over you. I don't know why you didn't immediately start boosting. You have the boost. And I can understand taking it back to your corner at that point. But let's just see what happens. Car control error. Your nose is in the ground. You're losing speed. This is never, ever going to work for you. Not to mention, you just get bumped right afterwards. Land horribly. Are you power sliding? Nope. So all your momentum's gone. You're now going left on a ball that is going significantly faster than you are. And where's your teammate? Facing the net, not quite back yet. And now he has to make a very pressured play. Unfortunately, I would have preferred to see a bigger rotation. Let's watch teammate. They go straight back to net. In fact, they're cutting. With the angle that they're going, they're literally cutting in front of net, which, if ball's coming back this way, not ideal, okay? always want to try and... I understand he got a big boost somewhere because he's full. But even when you get the big boosts, try and stay... I mean, obviously have ball cam on, but try and stay relatively behind this first line that you see. If it's on pads, great. If not, it is what it is. But definitely stay behind that. And as you approach it, try and level out, even out. Again, we're trying to cover the far side of the net because on this angle, it's a lot easier to shoot farther away from where you're seeing than, you know, closer to what you want. This is a harder shot to hit than this one, okay? Just because of the angle that they're at. Anyway, teammate goes into center net, which isn't great, but honestly, that could have been easily stopped if we had decided to come back first, or I wouldn't even have hated this if we had just chowed. Like, I understand it's uncomfortable. We're really high on the wall. I can even maybe see going for a ceiling challenge. The ball's still moving upwards. That wouldn't have been the worst. But again, you're technically last back. Not great to risk it. This positioning is not great, okay? This whole situation is just not great. In fact, I would have even loved to see teammate, instead of go for this boost right here, to get this pad and come back, just to get back that much sooner. Maybe giving a little bit more security for me to make an earlier chow, or not hesitate between back and forth. But at that point, you just got to make a decision. Make the decision, and if it fails, it fails. If it wins, it wins. But if you want to go for the more safer option, at this point, don't even worry about challenging. Shadow and peek. Peek at where teammate is. If teammate is not close, then I would say go for the chow. Okay, you're in a 1v1 situation. It doesn't seem like it would be the worst chow in the world. I can even understand maybe staying wall a little bit, hopefully facing your net, maybe angled down a little bit in case you need to boost downwards. But let's be real, teammate cuts straight across as soon as he realizes that this is 2v1 and he's safely back in case I try and chow, in which case there's no threat anymore. Threat's gone. Now I am a victim. I have been bootified. I am now sliding on my rear end. And again, holding power slide, I could have kept a lot of momentum here and honestly rotated back to net, and I would have had better coverage than what actually happens, which is this. Let's see it. He takes my boost. Opponent goes for the demo attempt. Teammate dodges it, but is now missing this crucial half of the net, which we mentioned earlier is the easiest shot, which I can understand trying to cover it, but unfortunately I'm not fast enough. Yeah, that's it. That was all positioning errors. Just position error after positioning error. So unfortunate. Definitely want to focus and fix that on the next one. Let's go all the way to 237. Talk a little bit about that. Oh, skipped it. Okay, 238. Perfect. Let's just wash it out again because I don't remember. Aha. Okay. Why? Why touch it there? He's flipping. He happens... Now, we can't see. Let that be known. I can't see if he landed properly or not. Okay. As soon as 2 seconds goes by, I could see he has landed properly. However, wouldn't it have just made a little more sense to... and I understand this may even look like I was trying to catch it. I wasn't. I turned back on that ball. I knew that was going to chip. So I'm not even going to excuse the idea that, oh, maybe I was trying to chip it. I wasn't. I know I wasn't. I don't know. Even if I'm going to do that, because again, this is not good positioning to start with. My teammate is in the freaking corner on 0 boost, jumping towards the ball. I know he's not going to make this, okay? I know no touch is happening. He's falling. I can maybe hope he gets this corner boost, but this is now a 2v1, okay? And in a 2v1, what's the last thing you want to do? It's give the opponent the ball, okay? So even if, for some reason, I understand I'm parallel to the ball here, I want to get closer, right? If that is my only option, which I'll be honest, the option that I chose seemed a little higher of a likelihood than maybe trying to catch it, take up the ball, something like that. Just boom it into their corner, okay? If you do that, worst that could happen, it bounces straight back out and you get scored on anyway, which is what happened anyway. But even better, maybe you hit this wall and it rolls or bounces onto their net or in front of their net. Guess what your teammate has just done? He has just picked up their boost. Okay, Teammate just picked up boost. Guess where he's heading? Boom. Towards the mid. I maybe would have even loved to see a little bit more mid, maybe towards this pad, towards center. But I'm assuming he's waiting for some sort of possession change. This is the worst part, okay? In my opinion. You make the touch, okay? Oh my gosh, please just go to player view. No, I'm on the wrong person. Okay. I missed it. What happened? Ah, okay. Also, wow. I don't want to comment on my teammate's boost use. Okay, you make the touch. Bro turns away, okay? You noticed that. But your touch sucked so bad, it landed right on him, okay? Even if you had jumped like a second sooner. Like right here, okay? Maybe, or even there, okay? Even there, okay? You now get a rolling ball, which, sure, it would have still gone into corner. Tropic is easily going to just clear that out by turning up corner. But instead it bounced out towards Tropic. This is literally in Tropic's face. But Chidi is right there. Okay. So really, it's just that touch that it was... I mean, there were worse touches that could have been made. If anything, it could have bounced and me back off. And I'll be honest, they're both facing backwards. It seems like they'd back away. I'm not saying you couldn't have gotten repossession, but it would have been awkward. Very awkward. The best thing to do would have just been a little further away from the ball in general in this position. And actually, I'm gonna take that back, because we definitely want to be close enough that they feel the pressure and they don't feel like they can do whatever they want. Because if I'm not there, what does Chidi do? Makes a bad touch, but then he lands and he just takes it away, right? Okay, this isn't bad either. Backing off is good. 81 boost, that's plenty. I could have gone for a 50 there, gone off the wall. I knew my teammate was back. I appreciate letting him take it and let him go for it. He might have even called it in call. That's possible. Okay. You just watch. You just gotta watch, okay? I understand resets aren't common, especially this is my casual duo, or my comp duo that we queue a lot together. And so it's not very typical for him to go for this. And we weren't very talkative this session, so I recognize that unfortunately they're just I couldn't have known that he was gonna do this. But that doesn't mean you just go. I understand, like, even the shot that I made, let's be honest. Pretend he's not touching that. Okay, at the point in which I jump, is my car even gonna get the height in order to take this shot? I have no tilt on the back of my car in the first second, okay? I'm completely parallel. Even if I was planning on saving my jump or even double jumping to get that aerial, I'd have to approach the ball in such a manner. I'd have to turn so sharply in the air, okay? When you're flying towards the ball on one singular trajectory, you're going forward, right? You can't change that unless you got boost. I do have boost, don't get me wrong. And it's not impossible that I could have taken that shot there. But let's be real, this guy's on the back wall. This guy's underneath the ball, ready to pop up, which, newsflash, he does. And he gets a piece of that. No, he doesn't. I lied. He could have gotten a piece of that. But honestly, if I had just waited a second longer, I would have seen that my duo gets the reset and actually gets a touch off the reset. Gets it past one, okay? That touch was landing, granted, in front of Chidi, so it probably would have spilled out into corner. But if I wait, guess what? I'm here. And my teammate landed in front of him, so he's getting the corner. And at that point, we know Chidi's on low boost. Now Tropic has to turn around. Oh. No, because he spun here. He has to turn back around while teammate gets boost, can go in front of net. And I can make some sort of play to try and get it past Tropic. Maybe even score off of some sort of ceiling or sidewall play. But instead, nope, this is a double commit. We're both on their half. Tropic is now full boost. Ball's in front of him. This is as simple as get a soft touch into a hook shot, which is exactly what he does. Alright, unfortunate. Less overcommits. Watch your teammate. Stay close, but not too close. Let's see. How close was I? I mean, I don't hate that distance. Definitely not the worst distance possible. But, yeah, no, definitely stop moving in. Stop moving in so much. Just end of discussion. Stop moving in. Okay. Let's go to 222, which is unfortunately right here. Oh, wait, go to me. Okay. 222. Gosh. 50, 50. Okay. I mean, sure, not great. I hard cheated there, which I don't have an issue with. But let's see how the opponent did it, because frankly, I think they just did it better. Sorry, let's go up. I don't like this kickoff. Why am I boosting if I'm doing a front flip? Yeah, no, don't do that. Now my nose has hit the ground, and I slow down dramatically. What does Cheaty do? Or sorry. Yeah. Cheaty support. He just does a simple no boost speed flip. And at that point, he's basically exactly where he needs to be. He's in the circle for a hard cheat, which is where you want to be as soon as your teammate makes contact. Where am I when my teammate makes contact? Huh? Okay, not terrible. We actually enter roughly at the same time. It loses that way. The immediate reaction as soon as I see ball moving towards their net should be turn. Like, I'm still moving forward. Just turn. Just still. Yep. Okay. Okay. Now I turn. Like, come on. The instant you can recognize, which I understand that's hard to see sometimes, and this is very bad. Don't ever power slide to a halt. Okay, get the boost. Cool. Approach net. In fact, I understand if even I'm fairly confident I went out of ball cam. Yeah. Line up with the boost. Turn it back on. Instant. Okay, I do turn it back on. I could see. I honestly, if I hadn't power slid and I held boost all throughout this, I think I could get that. But instead, I decide, and that's one of my biggest issues. I hate going parallel with the ball for some reason. Very bad. Very easy save. Go parallel next to the ball. Keep boosting. Do your best to save it. If for some reason they fake, they're cool. You just hit your break too. It's not that hard. Okie dokie. Last one I want to go over is 104. Probably to the end, and then we'll call it there. Oh, okay. Okay. Where are you? Okay. Let's see. Alright, let's assess the situation real quick. In fact, I want to go back a second or two. We're both now... Where am I? Okay, back corner. This is a huge distance. There's absolutely no reason for this to ever be happening unless one of them double committed. Let's look at the wind back here. Okay, there's been a play made. I noticed there is no boost here, but there is boost there. Just don't go for this, okay? Let's see just even a little bit further back. Okay. From this position, we see two corners gone. What did that look like for me? Come on. Dude. Oh, one more. Okay. I see that one. I've got ball cam on all the way up until there. This is the moment in which I have to decide, okay, do I take that corner way down there? Let's go as if my car was looking at it, okay? Wish I could kind of see myself. Do I go to that corner way down there? Or or do I maybe I don't know, turn, take this boost pad, maybe go this way, because I can tell my teammate wants to move in, and guess what he does? He moves in. Now, I understand the fear, and like, I don't want to get in my teammate's way, and obviously if I had, you know, gone this direction, I would have. But at the same time, there's no boost over here. He didn't get this because he's full boost. I jumped so preemptively. I'm so worried about getting back before my teammate, which, let's see, is my teammate just going to go for the straight 50? Obviously not, because he knows I need to get back. So why not take the boost pads? Let's see, which one has more? 1, 2, 3. Maybe even cutting around here in case he gets a 50 there. Or say he loses the 50. 4, 5, 6, 7. Or the safer option, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So at least we're beating them back. And if we need to go even 4, we can go 5, 6, 7. And then maybe he's won it and it's 8. What actually happens? Loses 50. Guess what? With where I'm at, I would be at least, because situationally, this would just be closer than this, following the shortened distance of having to go out instead of in. So already, I'd have like, what, 60 boosts from here. I could even cheat up a little more. Okay, I got one more. Maybe I go, okay, he's got that. I'm going to take this boost. Guess what? Guess what boost I'm at? If I was at 60 here, add 24 to that, now I'm at 84 boost from on top of my whatever I had. Instead, I get the 100. My teammate is now in boost. Okay, this positioning is now terrible, right? I have an entire net behind me. There's nothing, like what? If he shoots it here, sure, I save it. But he's in the air. His teammate's under it. There's a significant amount of distance. And let's go back to that positioning thing. There's so much space. I get it. Teammate jumps for this. Does not make the touch. Unfortunately, L move for teammate, right? Teammate just kind of got outplayed, outskilled. He definitely could have played it safer, turned back, or even at this point, knowing that he doesn't have possession. I can tell he tries to bump, misses the bump, but I would actually love to see a bump on this guy. That would have been a little more security for me. And if he's not jumping up the wall, as he gets a bump, he rotates behind me, and now I have the security to just go. Does put me in a 1v1. Not great, but a little better than what I actually end up doing. So, what I would have liked here, not go for the big boost, stay close, and heck, I wouldn't even mind cutting across, okay, right? Doing the whole 1, 2, 3, and if I need to back off, take the boost pads here. Big boosts are a delicacy. Let's just ingrain that. Big boosts are a delicacy, not a necessity. Say it with me, everybody. Big boosts are a delicacy, not a necessity. Wow. I don't know if I can say it. Big boosts are a necessity, not a delicacy. Wow. That was the complete opposite of what I was trying to say. Big boosts are optional. Okay. There is so much boost on the field, and this it respawns so much quicker. I understand that I'm speaking fast, but that's because I want a lot of this information to just be played for myself, really. I'll put this on YouTube for myself and just gather this information after a week. I want to watch the edited version. I plan on cutting a plethora of what I'm talking about out if I deem it to be unnecessary. Hello. Okay, cool. Whatever. We have good boost. We are now in our net. I would have ideally preferred to be even a little closer here, because now they have the opportunity to set up some sort of play to try and get it around me. If I'm closer, there is the threat that this ball has to go on net a lot sooner. But the benefit of that is that I'm still in front of net, and I can turn around and I can shadow defend, which I have decent shadow defense, but even that I would like to improve. So let's see. I come all the way up into my corner. Okay. This is a big moment. They have just missed. They have an advantage on the ball. I'm in a position that sucks, but they have just missed. What's the first thing I do? I stop it from going away from them. Okay. That is the first thing I do. They have both committed right side. One of them is spilling out this way, which, understandably, he might get back to do it. If I had waited, I'm not even kidding, like 1 second. 1 second without boosting, that ball is in front of me. I may not even have to push it to my left a little bit, which would be more ideal. Keeps it away from this guy. It would be right in front of me, and at that point, It's boost. Just boosted into their net, which he's cutting straight across. Like, he's at a slight angle. He's cutting forward like this. So sure, he might beat me. In fact, he could even pull away and try his best to defend while moving this way and cutting across eventually. But, and this is why my personal opinion is I should have boosted it left in this general direction. I would have stayed ahead of this guy. Even if I'm full boosting, say I hit supersonic. Best part, teammate. Teammate, granted, he's coming straight back. I, again, would have loved to see a boost pad out this way. More boost, just like, it's better positionally too. Because if for some reason he sees me, boom, we can pinch whatever. We can go for something. But instead, I stop it from going left or even straight. I mean, I conserved a decent amount of momentum. In fact, that's even a good demo, I would say. But I still think it was entirely plausible to even maybe get this boost pad and still do the same thing without using that. And the best part is, never mind. I thought that spawned. It did not. I would have more boost. I had more boost here, and then I could still get the demo. Teammate would have the opportunity to take possession, which he doesn't. This is something I've noticed a lot about my duo. He tends to just take the shot when it feels like the shot needs to be taken. But I would love to see him take more possession of the ball and try and set up a play. I feel like a lot of the time it's just sort of bumps and shots. Do I get demoed there? Okay, why? What am I doing? Okay, let's back up for a second. I got the demo on them, okay? Boom. At this point, if my teammate doesn't save the ball, it literally doesn't matter. He cannot put that in my net from where he's at. What should I do in this situation? What's my first priority? Obviously, for some reason, I thought it was defend. Because why the heck would I not just take this boost pad? Take that boost pad, and then here's the best part. This one spawned. I can follow up right side. I understand my teammate has hit it left. That's honestly okay. Because if I had just taken the momentum that this would have spread for me, I'm cutting across in such a way that limits my vision. All I'm seeing are people layered on top of each other. With the nameplate situation in Rocket League, it's so difficult to get a good gauge of where people are at sometimes. Versus if I had just gone up this way, kept momentum, even I could have stayed supersonic. I don't have to pass my teammate. Granted, I don't. But maybe I'm here. Maybe I'm here by the time that 50 happens. Boom. Cut across this way. Now I'm shadowing. Even this is a bit close. Instead, I don't know why I thought I could go for the mid here, but I did, apparently. And, let's see it. Okay. Ball is going over my head. Not good. Guess what? If he has any boost, and I choose to do this, he moves forward, passes me. He doesn't even need to get the demo. Catch or shot, that's totally plausible from an angle like that. You twist, boom. And at the very least, even if it's not, guess what? He hits backboard. Teammate is literally primed for the assist double tap there. So, yeah, this is so avoidable. All I got to do is take these boost pads, shadow it back. I can see him. If you don't get the mid boost, you don't get the mid boost. Guess what? Ball is going well within a blockable angle. If he decides to shoot it, you're there. All you got to do is jump up and whoosh, smack it out of the air. And at this point, say he gets this boost and you've just finished rotating. Say you're probably about, I mean, I don't know if this is an overestimation. I would argue if you're staying supersonic, you're probably about here. But you might be here. Even so, his only option at this angle, I mean, he could take a shot if he was like super ballsy, but really he's just trying to get it across, and he's either going to shoot it so that it bounces off corner and rolls and lands in front of the net, or he'll pop high, which it looks like that's what he's about to do. Yep. He'll pop high, try and get it across. I think actually he does try and take the shot here and makes it. No, it's a pass. That's what I said. Gotta get in front of his teammate right there, and he puts it away. Again, this is a pathing issue. I'm seeing a trend. My pathing sucks. I've got drawn into the big boosts in a way that made it impossible for me to actually get any semblance of the ball control down. Teammate has also made a couple crucial mistakes when we had advantage, okay? And I don't mind that, okay? Making a mistake on advantage is so much less impactful to the result of your game than making a detrimental mistake on defense at disadvantage. Simply because you have more to lose when you're defending. Having a point against you is so much harder than having no points scored, or even an even score. So the defense definitely just needs a lot of work. I'm confident in my shadow defense, but for some reason, I want to get to the ball first. I think I have an obsession of getting to the ball first. Anyway, that's going to be it for that replay. I'll go ahead and cut that up, and we will make a little bit of a... I don't know, maybe I'll make a video out of that YouTube video. I'll get the VOD from this. That would be nice. Okay. Now that being said, let's go ahead and put what we just did into practice.
Okay, we're making an editor's note here. These goals that you'll see in the upper left during this little bit of free play that I'll be showing right now, these are the takeaways that we got from that whole replay. And I'd just like to thank you. If you stuck around, if you watched the whole thing, this is sort of meant to be a sort of background audio jumble sort of style video. I didn't want to make it super highly edited, mostly because it's kind of time consuming and I didn't want to spend too long on it. But also, I just like wanted to put something out there for myself, something to reflect on, something to use while I pass time. But I'm going to talk a little bit about the boost pathing, spacing, pulling the ball away, and flipping less, which you may notice in the top left. And I'm ideally making this a weekly focus. So as I practice putting those into play, I want to be able to recognize when I do them and when I don't do them. So boost pathing is pretty simple. Just stick to smaller pads. Don't get pulled into the big pads as often. And one of the phrases that I used in the replay was, the big boosts are a delicacy, whereas the small boosts are a necessity. And so you need to really determine when each activation of chase is applicable. And spacing, stay close to your opponent, and your teammate, sorry. Stay close to your teammate. And make sure you're not overcommitting or undercommitting. If you're too far away to a play, then anytime there is an opportunity to strike, you will always be late and you'll end up losing because you overcommit in a situation in which you are not a part of the play. And the vice versa can happen, whereas you are too close to the play and you still get dusted because you're awkward or something along those lines. So stay relatively close. I believe the statistic that we remembered is a quarter of the field. You don't want to be any more than a quarter of the field away from your teammate, or closer than that. Anyway, so keeping that in mind, pull the ball away. We're talking about taking possession of the ball and driving it away from the opponents. If you're low boost, you don't get as much of an option there, and sometimes you need to push into your opponents. But as an overall general rule, take the ball away from the players on the field. Allow yourself space and time to really set up plays that will actually be threatening. Most of the time, players tend to just force the ball in directions that they think is good, aka towards net good, towards my net bad. And that's not always true. So be smart about it and really think about the plays that you're going to do. Sometimes it helps in free play to call out what you want to try and score as. If you're trying to go for a double tap, tell yourself this has to be a backboard double tap and do it until you get it. And ideally you could get it 3 or 4, even 5 times, because the consistency is what you're really looking for. And that last one, flip less. The more time your wheels are on the ground, the more ability you have to turn when you need to. When you're in the air, you simply can't turn. So keep that in mind as you continue to practice. And I know the games will improve. These are, again, lifestyle changes to your Rocket League mentality. You want them to be more logically focused and less about the mechanical execution. So these are gameplay oriented things to change. Practicing them happens by playing the game, but you gotta be focusing on them. So yeah, continue to do your best, and you've got this. Thank you all so much for watching if you stuck around, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Have a good one.